And just so you know, Christy blamed her meltdown on Kimmy, asking her whether or not Nicole was going to be the replacement nominee. The thing is, Kimmy is blamed for everything, so I wasn't even surprised by that. But Kimmy was not to blame for that meltdown. You want to know what was the blame for the meltdown? The fact that Christy missed her period and she's having like a severe case of PMS, and apparently she's gaining weight. And that meltdown was a lot bigger than what Big Brother showed, but they showed enough. They definitely gave her the crazy edit. One house guest gets it every season, and Christy is the lucky one, if you can call it lucky, to get that edit this season. Anyway, I'm at Sage Valentine, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Check me out on TV Co. on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. where I go live. We chat all about Big Brother. The TV Co. app is free. You can sign up and just join in on the fun, and we can chat all about Big Brother. I don't mind talking about it. You get a whole hour, maybe some change, and we can just talk about it. But let's get down to this review of CBS's Big Brother Season 21, Episode number 10. Alrighty, so Nick's the HOH and Cliff and Jessica are the nominees. Now, Nick wanted to do what was best for his alliance, and he can't get out of his head the fact that Nicole told him Grateful's plan to get him and Bella out. As soon as he said in Sunday's episode, or it was edited in from his diary room session, that he wanted to go and I guess compare notes with Grateful, I already knew it was going to be a mess. Not only because I watched the feeds last weekend, so I saw what happened, but also because whenever these house guests tend to say they want to kind of go back and find out if this was true, you know it's going to be a mess. And anyone with good sense definitely would not approach the people who you suspect, because at one point he and Bella did suspect that they were going to be backdoored. And he's going to them and asking them. Of course they're not going to tell him what's going on. They want to save face for this week. But as soon as there's a new HOH, and if it ends up being a member of Grateful, one of those two, either Nick or Bella, is going up on the block. Jessica will probably be the pawn again, because clearly she likes being the pawn. Like, what's the purpose of playing the game if you want to keep being the pawn? I know if I was playing it, I wouldn't want that. But it is what it is. And then Jessica will be taken down again, and either Nick or Bella will be put up, and it'll be Nick and Bella on the block. You see what I'm saying? Alright, so Jessica says she wanted to win the veto and come out on top. Cliff said he still has some tricks up his sleeve. He wants to show these young folks that he still can do it. I'm just like, Cliff, they peeped your whole card already. They heard your Cliff notes. It's a wrap for you. And Nicole doesn't feel safe, and I don't blame her. And I remember she was having a conversation with Kimmy this weekend, and she was saying, I don't feel safe. I feel like they're going to backdoor me. Kimmy kept telling her no. She's like, no, I feel like it. And I kept saying, you know, I feel like it too, but I can also see the feed, so I know they are planning on backdooring you, Nicole. And I'm speaking as far as the feeds in terms of last weekend. I know I'm up to date on what's going on right now, including the fact that Jack picked up Kimmy's water bottle and threw it because it was in the dish drain or something. Like, come on, Jack. Seriously, Big Brother has got to do something about this kid, because he has a lot of anger issues. And I feel like he's going to hurt somebody one day. Anyway, Nick and Bella tell Tommy what Nicole said about the whole 4 wanting to get them out of the house. Really, it's 6 of them that want to get them out of the house. And Bella says she believes Nicole, but she has to trust her alliance of Grateful. But she doesn't know there's the 6 shooters, and then there's a 4 alliance within that, and then there's a 2 alliance within that, and then there's a 3 alliance within the 8, and of course there's that new 9 alliance. Like, there's way too many alliances. It's hard to keep up. So then all of a sudden everybody walks into the HOH room. This is where the conversation between Bella, Nick, and Tommy is taking place. And here's when the trouble begins, because Bella and Nick tell the rest of them of what Nicole said. Bella twists it around, though, and Bella said that Nicole said that she and Nick were bullies, and the other deny it. Nicole didn't say they were bullies towards her. What she said was that she heard members of Bella's own alliance say that Nick and Bella were bullies. I don't understand why that's hard to grasp, like why that's a hard concept to grasp. But again, like I said, Nick and Bella realize that they're in danger, but at the same, they want to, you know, stick together. Party before politics type situation. Anyway, Cliff went up to the room because he didn't know what was going on. He got yelled at. I think before Cliff, it was, or maybe after Cliff, David got kind of yelled at. And then Nicole came up to see what was going on because she didn't have any clue what was happening and with that crazy conversation. And all of a sudden, Jackson closed the door on her. And then when she tried to ask Jack went in the room and the door closed on her. I mean, the nerve of some of these people in this house. I mean, you could fast forward back to the beginning. People had their problems with people. It was like a small collective, maybe one or two people who had a problem, but never has there been this huge mob mentality. Even the situation involving Paul in season 19 pales in comparison to this huge mob mentality in this particular season. It's the worst, the absolute worst. So Jackson's happy all of this is happening because it covers up his hanky vote. And he could tell the truth, but then again, he's safe. So he lets Nicole be buried with all of this drama that he started with that stupid vote. I mean, granted, she made a mistake of telling Nick and Bella, but people have done that in other seasons and it has worked out, so I guess she figured she could do it. But with this crowd, it's party before politics. So stupid. And everything Nicole said to them was true. And Jackson even admitted that in his diary room session. Nicole feels stupid for telling Nick and Bella the plot, especially after everything that happened with Kimmy. But I guess Nicole felt like she still had some solid ground to stand on. She didn't know. We knew, but she didn't know. And well, Ovi came up to the HOH room because he saw Nicole was upset. He came up to defend her, and they were all so nasty to him through the intercom. And it's just like, I get what Ovi was trying to say. Like, there's a certain amount of decency that someone should have in the game. I keep talking about back in the day because I've been watching this show for far too long, but I'm going to have to say it again. Back in the day, when players played the game, they played the game, but not everybody was against the player that was getting voted out. Like the day before, maybe a couple hours before they were getting voted out, fine, people would kind of get a little bit quiet. But there was never this alienation until these last couple seasons of Big Brother. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's the God honest truth. It really is. And they were being real a-holes to Ovi, and I didn't like that. Then all of a sudden, this alliance was formed with Sam. It's called Undeniable. Really, it's a way to keep Sam there as the pawn of Grateful, the 6 shooters, and the rest of the 5 million alliances within the 8. And you can tell Sam was like throwing shade at it in his diary room session, but it's just like, if you're throwing shade at it and you don't believe in it, then why are you there, dude? Seriously. So we see the scene where Jack and Christy were rather aggressive while they were addressing David, and it made a lot of people uncomfortable. And I was watching it, and I'm just like, what in the hell is going on? Why does Jack look like a bull ready to, like, shoot fire out of his nose? You ever see those old cartoons, those old WB cartoons, the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, where I'm probably showing my age in saying this. They usually had like one with a bull, and the bull was sitting there doing like the bull horns, and he was like waiting to move and waiting for the matador to put down their red cape, and his foot was going whoof, whoof, and there was like steam coming out of the bull's nose. Yeah, that was Jack, and Christy was just so aggressive. It's like, Christy, chill out. Chill out. Seriously, like, take it down a notch, take it down to about 5, and then lower it from there, because you were way too aggressive in this scene. So they tell David, Jack, and Christy that Ovi screwed himself by trying to defend Nicole, and I'm just like, I guess you have to kiss everybody's butt then. Even though Ovi's doing that currently, and David's doing it currently, but I digress. Jack is acting like a complete a-hole to Ovi when Ovi asks him, is everything okay? Is everything all right? And Ovi tells us in his diary room session that he's more determined to come back in the house because he's going to change the house. Now, all these edits are nice. when Ovi said he wants to change the house, or when David said he wants to do A, B, C, or D. But Ovi is still kind of trying to get into the good graces of the Jacks and the rest of Grateful. And David is more concerned with, like, cleaning the house and trying to keep the peace in the house. Meanwhile, these people are just going after Kimmy for nothing. And are saying all this stuff behind David's back, some of which David suspects, but still he wants to make peace with these people. I'm looking at David like, dude, there's nothing you can do to make these racists like you. It's just not going to happen. So, Nicole and Bella chat because of Tommy. Tommy came to Nicole maybe a little bit before they had that chat with Bella, and he said, you know, we need to sit down and have a chat and blah, 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 because all of a sudden Christy comes down, and then Christy during that time was talking to Nicole. Nicole was all upset, and Christy was being all nasty too, but Big Brother didn't show that. No, they showed enough of Christy, but they should have shown that. And Tommy was basically the mediator. For those of you who don't have the feeds, Tommy and Jack, but mostly Tommy in this case, is around with just about every single possible conversation there is. Jack has a tendency to follow Christy around, or if Kimmy is talking to somebody, he'll pop out and stick his head out. It's just like, people calm down. These folks can talk without everybody being there. So in the conversation involving Nicole and Bella, Bella acts like Nicole is a huge liar. This is how you know somebody's lying, when they are going above and beyond to tell the other person that they're a liar instead of trying to defend themselves. Nicole feels so stupid for spilling the beans to Bella, and she reflects on what happened with Kimmy and the Black Widows and everything. Tommy thinks that after witnessing the way that Bella was acting towards Nicole, maybe Nick and Bella are bullying Nicole. Then we see Nicole's tears. There's so much she wants to say, but she can't say it. All I need to tell you, and to repeat what I said in a previous review, this was the reason why I had to kind of take a huge break from the feeds, because after seeing Nicole cry, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, this is too much. Way too much. Bella says that Nicole attacked Nick's character. Nick is a grown man. Nick can defend himself. And then Bella starts acting like the victim when Nicole's talking to her. And not one thing Nicole said was a lie. Nicole says that these people don't want to believe her. But she fought back, and she told Bella that everybody sees her for who she is, and they do, especially after what Kimmy said. Not only in her speech, but previously, because Kimmy had that conversation with, I think, Jackson, right before Kimmy was sent to Camp Comeback, and they were kind of on the same page. But you know how Jackson is. Jackson's the devil's advocate. So then we get to pick players for the veto competition. Nick chose Jackson. Cliff chose Kat, and Jessica had house guest choice, and she chose Christy. And I'm just like, you keep choosing these people who are going to throw this competition. Like, pick somebody who's going to work with you. But the reason she said she didn't pick Nicole is because being associated with Nicole basically would mess up her game. Like, Jessica wants to be in with the in crowd and do what the in crowd does. But if you were watching the feeds, you would know that Jessica's not in the in crowd. She's being used, and she'll be out of that house soon. She better keep her bags packed. And Nicole's just like, what the F, you could have chose me, and I definitely would have helped you. I'm glad that she didn't choose Nicole, so now Nicole doesn't have to help her, because Jessica, she's been something in that house. So Caitlyn hosted the BB competition, and of course it had a puzzle. And of course the puzzle looked like Caitlyn, but it was like a decomposed zombie version of Caitlyn. And Big Brother's very shady for that edit showing Caitlyn losing the competition and her reaction to it. I see you, Big Brother. I see you. I'm a little bit on the fence about you guys this season because of this crazy season, but that edit was hilarious. So we get to the veto competition, which is called The Haunting of Caitlyn Herman. And Kat won the veto. And I was surprised when I found out she won the veto, because Kat seemed like she was okay with just sitting back and chilling. But Kat is another wild card in the house along with Sam. Kimmy is not the wild card they think that the house thinks that she is. Sam and Kat, if people aren't careful, are going to skate their way all the way to the end, to the final 5, the final 4, the final 3, and possibly the final 2. These people just don't see that. Well, Nick is worried as to whether or not Kat will use the veto. Christy says she feels safe. She won't have to use the diamond power of veto. or the whacktivity power. Well, that feeling lasts for like 2 seconds, because the next thing you know, Christy has a meltdown. Christy feels like Nick is talking to her or like coming for her, because he talks about how he's going to get even, and he's mostly talking about Nicole, but Christy takes it to heart. Then Christy thinks that he is plotting against her because he said something about Brussels sprouts or broccoli or something. I'm just like, you're paranoid. And then Big Brother found a way to piece together a small portion of Christy's meltdown, but that meltdown was bigger. And that edit made Christy look like the crazy person this season, so she's the cray-cray person this season. That's not me throwing shade at her, because every season they find a way to make somebody look crazy, and Christy definitely does after that edit. And Kat and Annalise are like, you know, trying to talk to her, and Kat's just like, chill out. They're not going to do that to you, and what the F is wrong with you? And then Annalise is just like, chill. But what you didn't see was that Christy blamed the situation on Kimmy, because Kimmy asked her, as I said in the beginning of this video, that she asked her if Nicole was going to be the replacement nominee. All she had to really say was just like, I don't know. But she just started saying, no, it's going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm like, okay, relax. And I'm really starting to think that that came from the fact that her hormones are going a little bit haywire because her period hasn't started. And I think every woman understands that moment when like something stressful happens in your life and your cycle changes. I know, guys, I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to be a little TMI. It happens to women sometimes if they're stressed out, if there's a change of environment, the change of the tide, the change of the moon, anything can upset your period, because it's a very delicate balance within a woman's bodies. And then being introduced around women that you don't know, that's another thing that can switch your period around and make it come or make it not come. It's one of those things. But I think that is what was affecting Christy. That's not to say that women having PMS makes us cuckoo. No, it's just the fact that Big Brother plus having a period and dealing with PMS, not a good thing. So then Kat chose to use the veto, and she saved Jessica. And Nicole ended up being the replacement nominee, which Nicole, in front of everybody, took it in stride. Chrissy said she avoided the block. She put her fate in the hands of the universe, and now she's fine. Yeah. Kat said she can't save everyone, but she's happy she was able to save Jessica. Bella said, if all goes according to plan and blah, 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 we won't have to see Nicole again. Want to bet? And Nicole doesn't know who she can trust in the game, but really the only person she trusts in the game is Kemi, and Kemi trusts her, and that's all you need to know. And for those of you who don't have the feeds and who are David fans, David's gameplay right now consists of cleaning up the house and apologizing to the house guests, basically kissing up like Ovies is. Kemi just stopped caring. Kemi's not really talking to people. Kemi's kind of done with the game and done with these people, and I can completely understand. It's not that she's quitting, it's the fact that these people are after her. If you don't believe me, go on social media and start asking around, and people will give you the compilation of videos of things that have been said. And now that she knows people are talking behind her back, she's even more upset, and I don't blame her, and I don't think that she is a quitter. If something happens tomorrow, which is Thursday, and she is unable to win the battle back, I won't even be upset. But if David comes back in that house, please. A lot of people are pumping up his gameplay to be like this really big, awesome thing, but you gotta understand that it's not looking good. Maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of people are seeing what I'm seeing on social media. Don't believe me? Hit Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, Facebook, and see what people are saying, because David looks like he's going to be disappointing. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys tomorrow for episode 11. I love you all. Take care. There's like a storm outside. There's a heat wave in my area. I've got a flower crown on and this strange Dragon Mommy Fenty lipstick that I don't think I'm going to wear again, or maybe I will. But anyway, love you guys. Take care. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.